Hey guys, Leslie Draper here. I had a few minutes and I thought I might just do a live video since it's been so long since I've done one. So I wanted to come up with some kind of great quote to put on the board behind me, and this is where I went. The crack is where the light gets in, Rumi. So my favorite Rumi quotes, and I think it's so powerful to remember that sometimes we have to break to let the light in. And then sometimes where we break is actually where the light shines through us. And so it's one of my favorite Rumi quotes. A couple of times that I have helped with funerals and memorial services, this is one of my favorite quotes to use because it's a reminder to those who are grieving that the pain that you feel, the crack that you feel, that is where the light gets in. So I absolutely positively love that Rumi quote. So today's video, because I don't have necessarily that long, but I might have about 10 to 15 minutes. Today's message is about the shift, okay? I know you're all feeling it, right? You know that something is going on. A lot of people have talked about feelings of anticipation, feelings of things shifting, things moving, and what does this mean? And so at the heart of it, we're talking about a shift in consciousness, okay? Now, I'm gonna take a lazy way out. I'm not gonna redraw the whole graphic since I have it on this board. But oops, let me figure out which way to go here. Wrong way. This whole thing is called the Earth Construct, and this is Ascension, okay? Now, think of these numbers right here. You know, when I downloaded this information in 2011, these were speeds of frequency. So 100, 200, 300. You know, you can also replace these with 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D. You can also replace this with, like, think of this like an apartment building, okay? And all you have your different floors. So you have 3rd floor, 4th floor, 5th floor, and so on. Now, what's really kind of fun if we think about it is this. Our physical, and I'm just gonna, to make it easier, I'm gonna draw on the board behind me. But our physical planet Earth, the Gaia, the Mother Earth that we're on right now, she has been at a 3D for a really long time, okay? So this is her right here. Our job, our collective job as souls on this planet is to help raise the frequency of our planet. And how do we do this? Well, you know, the easiest way to do this is through kindness. The easiest way to do this is through love. It's through, in simple ways, holding the door for someone, giving someone a sincere compliment, asking and saying, how are you doing? The simple way to do this is to be a demonstration of love on this planet 24/7. Sometimes that answering the call for love isn't so easy, but if you really want to know how to assist in raising the frequency of our planet, it's love, okay? So here we have, so this is 3D, here we have 4D, okay? And it's a whole other frequency, and here we have 5D. Now, it might be that you've heard recently of something called the shift, or the new earth, or the event, any one of these terms, and believe me, there's a lot of misinformation out here, that's why I'm doing the video. But at the heart of it, what all of them are talking about are raising the frequency of our Earth until we exist up here on a 5D plane. Let's call this the new Earth. Okay, now this isn't so far-fetched because we know from the teachings of Christ, as he told us someday we will have heaven on earth, right? I contend that this is what he's talking about, us raising the frequency of our physical 3D planet until it exists on the same plane up here as 5D. Now, do we stop there? No, because we keep going. You can see right here, we have a lot of ways to go. You know, we have to get all the way up here to the 10th dimension, but that's okay because every single leap in our growth, every single step in our growth leads us to a higher frequency living, to a better planet, to a better people, to, you know, a better collective. And that's our goal. So everything that we do that brings healing, that brings love, that brings peace, that brings kindness, all of these little small acts of kindness add up. And when we get enough of them doing them, we raise our planet until it's all the way up here and it's a new earth. Now, there are lots of people right now talking about this big event that's coming and that maybe there's going to be this big event that happens that helps us go up. Well, I'm certain we're getting a lot of help, okay? A lot of them. And so what we're seeing though is that the event itself is the shift in earth. Hi, Cheryl. The event itself is the shift in Earth. So it's happening no matter what. And so when we're looking at our physical planet Earth shifting and becoming a higher frequency, you know, we're not going to be up here in 5D. We're not going to be floating and you know, communicating only telepathically. No, that's not what this is about. This shift in consciousness is about creating a more loving people and a more loving planet. It's about creating more collective love so that we truly get to the point that everyone matters. You know, everyone matters, every soul matters. So as we shift from here to here, we create a better planet, a better collective. Now, the question people often ask is, okay, let's assume this is happening. Okay, great. It has really nothing to do with me, right? Wrong. It has everything to do with you. And let me show you why. Okay, so this is going to represent your life. Now, an artist I am not, guys, okay? My stick figures look weird. See, look, the head is way too big. We're going to say that's all crown chakra up there. So here we go. Wait, what did that say? What if you don't believe in God, but you believe in kindness? When people ask what I believe, I say I believe in kind to people, loving people, but I don't believe in God, but I do believe in people. Well, another video, and I'm looking for suggestions, so we'll do that because God exists. The God consciousness exists in every cell in your body. So the truth is that when you're kind to people and you're loving to people, you are absolutely connecting to that consciousness. You don't have to call God God. That's fine. You can say universe. You can say spirit. You can say collective people up there. It doesn't matter what you call it, but this idea that there is this energy that we're all part of, that's what I call God consciousness, okay? And that's a great topic for another video, but right now we're gonna do this. Okay, so this represents you, your energetic body. Now, if you know you've been on a spiritual path at all, you're gonna be aware that we have these chakras that are here, right? Again, not drawn to scale here. But you have all of them here, and then outside of this exists this energy body, okay, which is like layer after layer after layer after layer of energy. Now, what's really cool is when you're wanting to, you know, learn about yourself or heal something or understand some pattern in your life, everything that you are is actually encoded in these energetic levels. It is so cool. All of your lifetimes, every soul contract, every soul lesson, your soul purpose, all of that is encoded in these. So when we talk about going to the Akashic records, we're talking about that big storeroom where, you know, it's just all about you and you pull out all these volumes and it tells your story in every lifetime and all of this. Well, in actuality, it's also encoded right here. And so if you have someone who can access this stuff, we can find out, well, you know, when you were 2, you had this, you know, soul fracture happen, and this is why it happened, and this is why you have those recurring fears or those recurring nightmares, because it's actually coded in here. So the next thing we're going to talk about is your quantum field. Now, I kind of draw this like a giant goldfish bowl, okay? Now, here's what's kind of cool is, yes, this is you. And this is the goldfish bowl, but you're the entire thing. So the edge of the goldfish bowl is just as much you as your nose. The water in the goldfish bowl is just as much you as your foot. So you are the entire thing. This is you, okay? Now here's what's fascinating is this is very much like a goldfish in a bowl, all right? And you're in your water and you look through your water to see the world around you. So, you know, you look through this space to get out here and look and make decisions and interpretations about other people and other places and other experiences. So what's in this field affects your vision. It also affects how other people, see this person, is going to see you. Well, guess what? They have to look through your quantum field to see you, just as you have to look through your quantum field to see them. Everything in this space is energy. It's a charge. So every thought that goes through your mind is either a positive charge or a negative charge. Every word that you speak is either positive charge or negative charge. Watching TV, listening to music, listening to your best friend, reading something on Facebook, reading a newspaper article, all of these things, every one of these interactions are creating energetic charges inside your quantum field. Okay, now if you have someone who's having a terrible day, I mean, this day's horrible and everything they're doing is going wrong, you know, you might have quite the buildup of negative charges. And this could affect their experiences, affect how people see them, how they see people, could expect the next thing that happens in their lives, okay? But at the same time, if you are someone who understands the importance of soul food, so you listen to something inspirational, you're reading something inspirational, you're having conversations that are meaningful and feeding you, you are, you know, focusing on the positive, you're saying gratitude, I'm so grateful for, I'm so grateful for, I'm so grateful for. You're saying all these positive things. Well, these can drown out a couple of negative hours, right? But what if this is flipped? What if you have a couple positive hours and everything else is negative? Well, what happens is your quantum field brings your vibration down. We just showed you that you are wanting to hit a vibration of 5D, okay? Fifth dimension frequency, 5D. This is where the shift happens, okay? And so if all you have in here are everything that's wrong in the world, you're watching CNN for 10 hours a day, then you're firing off angry letters, you know, to politicians, and then you're getting online and joining groups where all you do is gripe about everything that's wrong in the world, what's going to happen to your frequency? You're not even going to be close to 5D. You've got some work to do. So what you have to start doing is, okay, so what's going to fuel my soul? What is right in the world? What can I do to make this situation better? How can I be a good friend and encourage them? How can I encourage myself? I'm going to listen to this Louise Hay. I'm going to listen to this Joel Osteen. I'm going to listen to this Joyce Meyer. I'm going to listen to Abraham Hicks. I'm going to listen to Tony Robbins. I'm going to listen to this, or I'm going to watch that, and I'm going to do all these things that are putting all these positive charges in my quantum field. It raises your frequency, okay? When you get your frequency above a certain point, you feel better. You feel lighter. You feel more energized. You feel more aligned. Your connection to spirit is stronger. You can actually get those messages from spirit when you need them. All of that stuff becomes, checking on my time here, we're good. All of that stuff becomes easier. Why? Because you're at a higher frequency. Just as right here. If spirit is operating to you from up here on the 10th dimension, or 10D, or let's say a frequency of 1,000, if you're at a frequency of 200, look how far you have to, that connection is going to be really elongated, right? But if you're here at 5, you're much closer to spirit. You're most closer to God consciousness. Therefore, those messages can happen a whole lot better. This is why when people are working on their intuitive gifts, one of the first things your teacher, your coach will tell you is you have to clear your space. Because you see, if this quantum field is just filled with everything that's wrong in the world, you're not going to get your messages. By the way, body aches, pains, fatigue, malaise, all of that is significantly more increased when you have these negative charges in your quantum field. Now, everybody's going to get negative charges, myself included. This is why you have to be mindful of your habits and your energetic habits and what you are feeding your soul every single day. So this means that, like, when I get up and get in the shower, I put something on my phone. I have a bunch of inspirational stuff on my phone. When I get in the shower, I put something on. By the time I've showered, I've done my hair, my makeup, my clothes, I'm getting ready to walk out the door, I've listened to maybe an hour worth of something that feeds my soul. Okay, but what happens if I get up and I put on the news or CNN and I'm just going to hear everything that's wrong in the world? From the moment I get up, my frequency is being brought down, because you cannot listen to all of these negative things and then have a higher frequency. Can you get negative charges due to deaths? Okay, I see an if, but I don't see the rest of the question, so I'll give you a second to type it out. So anyway, that's what happens. And so if you're really wanting to change your health, change your life, get better messages from spirit, you're wanting to find joy in everyday moments, you're wanting to attract the right people that you can have soul connections with, meaningful relationships with, you have to start, it's simple, start by putting these charges in there. So can you get negative charges due to death? If so, how do you counter that? Well, absolutely. You know, one of the things as a medium I try to do is eliminate the word death from my vocabulary, because death implies that someone is gone. It implies that there's this ending, and I choose to use words like transition and remind my soul that even science proves to us that the soul is eternal. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transformed from one form to another. Therefore, when the physical vessel that this person is in has died, their energy's just gone home. It's gone to the most native, natural form it can, and that is energy. That is that soul in spirit at those higher frequencies. You know, it's very possible, and I have countless clients who do it on a daily basis, have an open relationship with their loved ones in spirit. And what have they done? They've learned how to keep that flow of energy connected, and they have to work on their soul stuff. By soul stuff, I mean what you came here to do, what you came here to heal, what you came here to release. All of that stuff matters, okay? It's all a big, big deal. And so with our frequency, you know, this is what we have to look like. What am I putting in my quantum field? Am I putting this or am I putting this? And the fastest way to know that, one of the Louise Hay tapes I listened to, she says, put a tape recorder by the phone and record your conversations. And then you can have an idea of where your individual barometer is throughout the day based on the type of conversations you're having. You know what? You don't even have to do that. Go to your Facebook feed. Go through the last 2 weeks of your posts, and you can even do a tally. You know, this is positive post, negative post, neutral post, and even neutral posts really aren't neutral. Everything has an energetic charge, even if it's a slight one. It would be a slight positive or a slight negative. Okay, so go through your last 2 weeks of postings. These things meant enough to you that you either wrote them out or you shared them. Look to see where your frequency has been. Have you been here, or have you been here, or have you been a mixture of the two? Now remember, not all of these charges in this quantum field are equal. You know, for example, let's break down a couple of them. Let's say that you've lost your keys, okay, and you are late for work. You get to the car, you go to get a coffee, they put you even later, you spill your coffee. Okay, great. So maybe that's like a minus 15 in energetic points. That means that these experiences have brought your frequency down 15 energetic points, basically, to oversimplify it absolutely. Okay, but let's say that you get there, and the second you do, you see your best friend, and she thought of you, and she actually got you a coffee this morning. And so, hey, you get a coffee after all. You get to your desk and someone had left you a note with a candy bar, and it made you feel really happy. And let's say that you go to the phone and you have a voicemail from a customer or a client that was really, really, really happy, right? So all of these things are adding. So let's say plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. Okay, so what happened was you just corrected these negative 15 with a positive 30. How do you know how many points to give something? Simple test. It's how much you feel it. Right here. How much you feel it determines if this is a big positive or a little positive or a big negative or a little negative. How much you feel it. Okay, and so how much you feel it. So what this means is we could line up 10 people and put all 10 of them through the exact same experience. And you know, some of them, it might not be a big deal at all. They might not even have any negative additions to their quantum field. 3 may have, you know, mild negative additions to their quantum field, and then the rest of them might have huge, okay? Because it's how much you feel it. How much you feel it. And so that's what we have to look like. So what can you do to help this shift? What can you do to help take our planet from 3D to 5D? Look right here. Now, just like your friend gave you, you know, the coffee and the note and the positive, understand that every time you do that for someone else, they're over here and they're, this is getting messy. Let me delete some of this, or erase, delete. Yes, I'm going to delete that. Your friend is over here in their quantum field right there, okay? So every time you say something positive and uplifting to them, every time you text them something that says, hey, just thinking about you, love you, hope you're doing well, you're adding a positive charge. Every time you open the door for a stranger, you're adding a positive charge. Every time you know, we get these ideas of paying it forward, and we typically do that at Starbucks, right? I'll pay for the car behind me. Or one time that happened to me at a breakfast place. They paid for our food. when I had the girls in the car with me. So we tend to think of those. Yes, pay for the people behind you, pay. Or, you know, one time Scott and I were at a restaurant and a single dad was there with his little boy and they were celebrating and it was just a really sweet moment. And I asked the server to discreetly, I did not want it to be known, but I wanted to pay their ticket. And I didn't want them to know. I didn't want anybody to know. I was like, be discreet. And that guy was just as loud as could be, too. I was like, oh gosh, I don't want this to be awkward. I really wanted to do it anonymously. But that's a great way of paying it forward. But here's the thing. If you don't have enough money to pay it forward financially, not a problem. Be kind. You know, when you pass someone going in and they hold the door, don't just thank you and walk through. Stop, look them in the eye and say, thank you. Have a great day, and mean it. I started doing that maybe 6 months ago. I started just really having intentional interactions with people. So instead of saying thank you and on my way, I'll actually like stop and make eye contact and say thank you very much. I appreciate that, or thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day. People respond to it. Why? Because you're putting a positive charge in their field. They feel it. And even if they're having a horrible day and they can't feel it right then, this may be the moment of kindness and spark that they held on to later that pulls them out of the rut. All of these things can make changes. We don't have to be, it doesn't have to be a big gesture. Everyone wants to look for that great big thing. I want to be the next Oprah. I want to write the book that changes the world. I want my own TV show. I want my own talk show. I want to, anything that you would want to do that would make you known on a world platform or a national platform or whatever that is. So we have these ideas that this is the way to serve our planet, that this is the way to help raise us. You know what? This world is going to be changed by simple acts of kindness. We are going to ascend into 5D because we're learning how to be kind to each other. We're learning how to love each other. We're learning how to be kind and loving and change not just people's days, but people's lives. One act of kindness can do that. So whatever way you want to, not only, and every time you do, keep in mind, you're putting positive charges in your quantum field, just like you're putting positive charges in their quantum field. But in whatever way you want to, time-wise, gotta have to wrap up. In whatever way you want to do that. It doesn't have to be a big, huge, life-changing, life-altering gesture. Kindness, that's all it takes. Just practice random acts of kindness, deliberate acts of kindness, intentional acts of kindness. Pay someone a compliment, tell them you love them, tell your friends that they mean something to you. These are all ways. And of course, if you can financially, pay for the car behind you, pay for someone's groceries. Go to like the people that go to Walmart at Christmas time and say, I'll pay off the layaways. These are wonderful acts of kindness, but kindness doesn't have to cost you money if you're struggling with money. It's as simple as a few words. It's as simple as calling your neighbor and saying, can I mow your lawn? I see that you're, that you're struggling in the heat or that you don't have a good lawnmower or whatever it is. Can I mow your lawn? Can I take out your trash? Can I wash your car? All of these, are acts of service that are acts of kindness that can literally change the world. We don't have to have big gestures. We don't have to change the world on a global platform or a national stage. All we have to do is start right here in our heart center and go out, go out and do this. Be kind, be loving, use your words responsibly. Understand that the words you speak to the next person can either break them or change them. Why not have it change them in a positive way? Why not be the reason somebody smiles? Why not be the reason they go out and change someone else's life? You see, this is like a domino effect. When people treat you with kindness and love, don't you want to turn around and give it to other people? How many times in life have we heard someone say, well, I'm in a bad mood because so-and-so cut me off, and then so-and-so was rude to me this morning, then my boss wrote me up, so now I'm going to go out and I'm going to be mean to everyone I interact with. Why? Because hurt people hurt people. But guess what? Loved people love people. Loved people love people. We want to change this planet. We want to change this world. We do it here. Love. That's enough. That's all we need to love one another. 5D, fifth dimension, 500 frequency is the frequency of love. It's the frequency that changes everything. And that's all we have to do. Pay someone a compliment, be kind, share something uplifting. You know, it's so easy. We're so programmed that we can talk about everything that's wrong and complain and complain and complain, because then, you know, because everyone can identify with the struggle, right? I want us to start sharing love stories, happy stories, joyful stories, where we're talking about everything that's right, where we're loving each other, supporting each other, and encouraging each other. And that is the way to go. We are the light. Yes, Rebecca, we are the light. We are light. And remember the quote we started with, the crack is where the light gets in. Namaste, everybody. I'm taking ideas for future videos. I'm going to start doing them again. So send me what you want to know. I love you.